This video is called "It's Time to hashtag Stop Killing Games." By the way, I know who NickEx is. I'm honestly not trying to be a dick, right? But I do think Nick is a bit of a snooty human being at times, which kind of like bugs me a bit. But especially like on Twitter too, like X, formerly Twitter. But I think he has some interesting, opinionated related stuff when it comes to video games. But this one says "Stop Killing Games," in which I'm familiar with the hashtag. Well, I might as well like the video, but let's see if there's any useful information that I can actually digest.
If you're somebody like me and absolutely despise the concept when a publisher just goes out of her way to unceremoniously shut down a game that they put out, especially one that you paid with your own money for, then
You think you have a good clip? Hassan went to a drag show with the boys. Yeah, you can send it to me after I'm done with recording.
this is absolutely for you, at least if you're living within the European Union. And the answer to this problem rests entirely within the Stop Killing Games campaign. If you're not familiar with it, this is a consumer-led movement that is essentially trying to challenge the legality of publishers destroying video games they have sold to customers by shutting down the servers that those games.
Right, because I know who made the hashtag of a "Stop Killing Games" movement. It's made, I believe, is made by Accursed Farms, the YouTuber.
Games are required to run and essentially rendering them unplayable. A perfect example of this, and funnily enough, the whole reason why this campaign went into full effect, was 2014's The Crew, a game that Ubisoft published and then just shut down and essentially made the entire game completely unplayable. Yes, even the single player mode to that game is completely inaccessible because the game required to have a internet connection all the time, which is
The online, yeah, right. The connected to internet connection only.
is a pretty bad issue, all things considered, that even a product that you can pay like a decade ago can just shut down anytime soon, and the thing that you want to access that you have paid for is completely unavailable, and you essentially are.
Right. So not only the Crew game, but one of my friends told me there's a game called Anthem, and it's going to shut down pretty soon, and it's also online connection only, as far as I remember. I don't know if there's like a list of other games that has like that have the similar examples, but these are like the only. There's that, and then the Anthem, as far as I can remember.
Are dealing with digital paperweight that you can't do shit about. And that is precisely what this campaign is trying to fight against. And our best shot at doing so is with the European Citizens Initiative. There's also a petition for those living inside of the United Kingdom. So if you live there, you can also sign that too. Although chances of that going anywhere is probably next to nothing.
You only know about the pirate software drama. I've heard about the pirate software drama. It was on my Twitter feed as well, but there's a lot of people I know that there's people I follow that just hates his fucking ass. All I remember about the drama is that the pirate software comes off as a fucking narcissist. Also, wasn't the guy who refers to himself as pirate software who formerly worked for Blizzard? Am I right on that? And I was like, oh shit. Oh god. Pirate Software's games on Steam I got fucking review bombed the hell out to oblivion because of the shit he said.
To be completely honest, but we'll see what happens. The one that really matters is the one for the European Union. So if you're someone living within the European Union, I highly suggest you to go ahead and sign that initiative instead. And of course, if you're someone who's living outside of the European Union, like myself, unfortunately, the second best thing you could do instead is...
What did he say?
Of course, if you're someone who's living outside of the European Union, like myself, unfortunately,
I think Nick told me where he lives. Do you live in like the Netherlands or Germany? I don't really call though, because I couldn't really tell by the accent itself.
Second best thing you could do instead is just let people you know who live inside of the European Union about this initiative and have them go sign that. It doesn't matter if they play video games or not, it just matters that we get as many signatures by the end of the month as possible. Because while we're very close to reaching the 1 million needed signatures for the initiative, chances are that there's gonna be some signatures that are filtered out because they were filed out incorrectly, and as a result they kind of have to take all of these signatures out, and if we're less than 1 million, which I really hope we're not, then that initiative is unfortunately going.
Right. Okay. So as far as I remember, based on number of signatures, not all signatures out there accumulated is going to be legitimate. There are times where signatures can be either like that can be filtered out as either going to be fabricated or or using like alt accounts or some shit like that. I'm not really sure about that. But when it comes to the movement of Stop Killing Games, well, I do wish them the good luck. Other than knowing about the pirate software drama, and I was like, well, this is what caused it to really motivate it, if anything.
Completely nowhere, which is precisely why we should have more signatures than just the 1 million. Yeah, this is a little fact that a lot of the more bigger YouTubers just don't really seem to mention, that hey, if we actually have less than 1 million signatures because some people filed their signatures completely incorrectly, then we're gonna lose. So yeah, just keep going and don't stop. Let as many people about it as possible to go ahead and sign it, and the more votes we have, chances of this being a success are way higher. Now, unfortunately, because a certain individual has spoken about this issue that he has absolutely
Yeah, yeah, judging by the face jump scare, I wonder who it is. Oh, wow. He looks like a fucking goblin from that jump scare too. Jesus.
no clue off whatsoever, and has successfully managed to gaslight a lot of people into thinking what the initiative isn't about, to the point that it just kind of killed any momentum that the
Damn. I know, right? I can't believe our boy just pissed off everyone online to the point that he's furry corn hustler. Wait, what? Okay, that's not surprising though, but still, I didn't even know. Wait a minute. So we have Grums being a fucking lolcow, and now we have fucking pirate software dude with the furry corn hustler shit. Damn. What is the timeline that we're going through right now?
initiative hat like almost a year ago when it launched. Allow me to add some additional notes that unfortunately have to be said. No, the initiative isn't demanding publishers and developers to keep the servers always online and never shut them down. It's not asking that we should convert entire multiplayer games into single player ones either, or whatever made up stuff that some people have said about the initiative that are just straight up false. The initiative
What other? Okay, then what was the other misinformation then? I mean, I could say about the whole, like, you know, the whole rebellion against woke developers and whatnot. The right information from Stop Killing Games is to, you know, let's go back.
have to be said. No, the initiative isn't demanding publishers and developers to keep the servers always online and never shut them down. It's not asking that we should convert entire multiplayer games into single player ones either, or whatever made up stuff that some people have said about the initiative that are just straight up false. The initiative.
Okay, I'm not going to go back to that particular timestamp of what the definition is, but I as far as I know from this video, I think it gives us enough info about what the hashtag is all about.
If is just asking for one thing: give us the bare minimum option that there is to let us continue playing the games that we paid with our money for. This could be in the form of giving the players a offline patch so that they can play the game at least in some way, shape, or capacity, or by giving out server binaries or whatever other tools that allow players to host their own servers, kind of like in the old days. All this initiative is asking for is giving us, the players, an option.
You know, it really reminds me though. This is pretty unrelated, but hold on.
5 minutes later.
This is completely unrelated, but as far as I know, I think this was used to be a mobile game, and then when it went EOS, now it turned into an offline game mode just for permanently for everyone to actually buy it on, just for everyone to have fun with the game on Steam. I think this is what the argument was really referring to, as far as I remember. But go on.
To keep playing our games that we paid for well after end of service, and not whatever nonsense people have come up and...
I know mobile game has nothing to do with this different port of the game, but still.
Spread around to the point people actually believe that's what the initiative is asking for. Yeah, I kind of had to hammer in that point very well here just now because, again, there's so much misinformation about the campaign that is just straight up false, and it only felt right for me to mention this inside of a video too, so...
Gee. Misinformation about the moon? I wonder what is the list?
So, you know, what can you do? With all of this said and done, I'm going to put a link into the description of this video that leads to the official website where you can go ahead and sign the initiative, as well as the UK petition if you're living in the United Kingdom. Speaking of which, that petition just reached 100,000 signatures as I'm recording this right now, which is very positive, although if something is going to come out of this, I am still very unsure about, but let's hope something good comes out of this as well. But like I said, the more signatures we have on the petition and the initiative, the better chances we have of winning this. I have really nothing else to say on the matter other than very sorry that this was a garbage unscripted video that I put out, but this is one of the more justifiable ones because it is for a good cause ultimately in the end. So without further ado, all I can simply say...
It does sound like your video is pretty scripted though. I mean, then again, like if it's unscripted, I'm pretty sure you like filter, you know, oh, well, no, fuck it, whatever.
Say is just...
Sign my petition, damn it.
You always wear the same outfit?
Do I what?
Your outfit.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Wow. The petition reference in Postal 2.
I do. I mean, I'm a super whatever it is, villain, Dark Lord, you know.
Baron Von Havoc. He's a super, you know, whatever it is, villain, Dark Lord, you know. Great. Very interesting video, Nick. Yeah, we don't need any more longer ass videos that are past the 10-minute mark in that one. I think this video from Nick is more than enough as is. All right, moving on.